Yeah, Jay,
Yeah.
I don't know if you had a chance to watch the first three stories too. They're totally relatable. I mean, like I was telling the guys a story of like, our grandmother and also our great grandfather's oneness that I had that got stolen. But
Mm.
yeah,
Sucks.
no, that one sucks. But like it is cool to know that we have something from our ancestors that is still with us. Especially from both grandmas and stuff that they
Right.
made.
Right. I
The
still
one
have
thing,
mine's. This one here is from grandma. This is grandma's right here. It's right here,
you have it?
right there. That's the one that she wore. At least the
Nice.
one when she was in America. That's the one that she wore. So it's
Grandma
Maximina.
Maximina.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So
So
when you hold the old school ones and then you go to one like a new one, say at Easter weaving or
Like
whatever,
mine, this
what
one.
are what are the differences that
The
clearly stand out
difference
to you
is,
guys when you're
well, especially like with my
um
grandfather's one, like the differences in the quality, like
uh,
yeah, the weaving material was a little bit different. Like
the
now,
um the details are not
yeah.
generic. They're very specific and unique to its own. Some of
Mm.
these, like this one's a later one. This is probably something that my grandmother picked up like in probably the 60s or 70s. And already you could start seeing that this one here um has certain like patterns that are very um I guess more common. I think the older ones, the really older ones, certainly have
Mm,
some stuff that might be just unique to
There's way
itself.
more details. Like
Yeah, tons of details.
yeah. You know,
This
I
one has a lot of details. Like you'll see the the animals
mm,
here
Really?
running
right.
through there. But even then,
Wow.
here it's like half of it's detailed. Like the center stripe here is detailed. This one is a little bit the sides here, the fabric here, because I could feel that they were two different sources. You could kind of
Mm.
feel the two different
oh
sources,
yeah, that's
and
common that they would sew it together. Yeah.
then it was sewed
Wow.
together. This is probably something that they got from just a lot more common weave, and this one
Oh.
has a lot more right there, more specific designs in there.
Yeah, like
So
with my grandfather's one, I was told that the most of the material that they used to make was they traded with the Ilocanos. So like it was the main part of the oneness, the one that wraps around your body, not the tail ends, right, where the designs are at, but that whole part was mainly from the Ilocano folks. And
Mm.
Wow.
like what was cool is the part that is designed, like that whole the front and the back. It had like compared to, I mean, it's similar, but like the design, the part that comes on the outside, it was like finer detailed. It was more finely detailed than some of the stuff that I see now, which
Nice.
which is the biggest difference. And it's hard to explain it because even if you feel the texture is a little bit different. It almost
Yeah,
feels like
that's
this
what I
is
was gonna
more of a
ask.
modern one. This is like really thick, but because those old ones are also washed and worn regularly, so it does
Yeah.
have a finer material because like they soak it and scrub it and stuff like that. While this one is like the material's still very
Still new.
thick and it's strong. Actually, it's really strong. This one here. This is a more modern. This is a modern. It has more like a generic kind of pattern on it right here, but like it does have the shields over here. But the yeah, like the ones that we have, like my both grandmas have. Like Jay has one, and then there's the another one at home, from our grandma Rosalia. She had one that has way more different details, and it's so weird. I have to say, when I was growing up, we would have these tapis, right? And we would put them on our for the longest time I didn't know what this was. I just thought it was a blanket, and it used to lay on top of our old record player. And it would cover our record player, and every time we would take it off to use the record player, then we put it back on. And then like later on, like in the early 80s when they started dancing, I saw the woman wearing it. I'm like, Mom, is this actually a skirt? What? But like for the in the beginning, they just used it to kind of just cover some things, and then I found out that it was actually, uh, like it was like a tapis. It was the skirt for the traditional skirt, and
Right.
it's kind of
Nice.
interesting as a kid how you find out these things, especially if you're born abroad, right?
Yeah.
Discovery.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I've said this before, but I wish I had some older tapes or Wanes or whatever from
Mhm.
who knows when. It would have been nice to have.
Do you have
them,
any
but
relatives who might still have him? Any of your relatives?
maybe I haven't really prodded in terms of like their textiles and what they have. So, but yeah, it was only the one in the bio that mentioned that they still have an old one. I don't know how old, but they were willing to give it. But I felt weird about taking it.
Oh, I
So,
know. But if it was
so,
family, then you could always like.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
another excuse to go back there. I'd love to go back there during a bio day. So
Amen.
we'll see. Yeah.
Was it kind of like this one? This is more of a generic one though. Like,
I didn't even see it. I
Oh, you
think it was.
didn't- oh,
I think it was in a different house or something. So I didn't see it. So
I see.
yeah, yeah. But I would imagine it was pretty like not super fancy. It's like one of the more plain ones. So
One of the more
I don't
plain
think
ones.
we were super wealthy. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
different areas have different designs to show if they're Kadangyan class or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, it means how much
Exactly.
land you own, right? So,
So
like, yeah, it's funny because like a lot of people will wear these, right? But some folks don't even remember what this symbolizes. Like so this stripe over here in the middle with most mountain province folks, that's the symbol for Kadangyan class. But not
nice.
everybody has that on their thing. And it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter, but it's just like interesting to kind of know why they had certain symbols and stuff and why they decorated things
Yeah,
and who they
exactly.
traded with. Because who they traded with shows that there are certain relationships
Yeah.
Right.
that had to be made.